We have been working through Hammurabi's Epilogue and tracking the grammar and trying to understand the flow of thought. I would encourage you to listen to the videos that we have already put up. Our approach is to look at the inductive Hebrew grammar from Akkadian and also talk about the meaning of the text. If you have, it would be good if you could see the videos that have already been posted, and also if you could go to Google Books under my name, Dr. Gary Stadz, and go to the section that deals with my grammar. The title of it would be A Short Inductive Akkadian Grammar based on the Epilogue of Hammurapi's Code. And also we have a section in which we have translated after transliterating or putting into vowel and consonantal text the code. So if you could follow me in that, that would be great. We're going to continue to pick up where we had left off as we go on in Hammurapi's Code. We are in column number 48, and I believe last time we finished line 19, where Hammurabi is speaking and asking that his name may be spoken, or excuse me, if a man comes before his statue and he has a cause, he may speak that cause because he represents justice, he is saying. Let him come and to my inscribed stela, and let him read. And my words, my precious words, let him hear, and my stela, let him make clear his case, and his court case, let him see, Hammurabi said, and let him breathe freely, literally. Let him have a sigh of relief. This brings us up then where he continues that section in 20, 21, and 22 through 23 and 24 by saying Hammurapi the Balaam Shah Kima Abim Walitim Ananishi Ibashu. And I think that's where we stopped last time. The Lord who is like a father, a real father, Hammurabi's claiming a corporal real father to the people. And we pick up then in line 25, where it reads, Ana Awat Marduk Belishu Ushtaktitma Erniti Marduk Elish Usaplish Ikshut. And we could translate this, I believe, for the word of Marduk, his Lord, who roused himself, and for the triumph of Marduk above and below it secured, or it reached. So as we look at these lines, I'll be picking up at line 25. Notice line 25 reads, Ana Awat, and we have the Sumerian dinger, that little dinger sign, that little D representing a god, Amar Utu, capital letters A-M-A-R, capital U-T-U, which is the Sumerian for Belishu. So we would translate it for the words of Marduk. And since Amar Utu means Marduk, this is the way we would put it into Akkadian. And notice Ana is the preposition with the genitive awat, from awatu, meaning word. And it's in construct with Dinger Amar Utu, or with Marduk in Akkadian. So for the word of Marduk, his Lord. And notice Belishu, we have the noun Belu, meaning Lord. Notice it's in the genitive with the I, Belishu, followed by the pronominal suffix, third masculine singular, onto that genitive, Belishu. So we would translate it for a word of Marduk, his Lord. He, and notice he roused himself. Ushtaktitma is a shin t perfect, third masculine singular from katatu, to rouse oneself. And notice the shin t gives it a causative reflexive idea. That is, he roused himself. And then ma is your conjunction and ernipti is the accusative plural from irniptu, going to the nominative irniptu, meaning triumph. So he roused himself for the triumph. And then notice verses or line 29 and 30, elish ushaplish. Here we have two adverbs with the conjunction u, above and below. And then he wants to say it reached to Marduk and to his heart. Notice ikshud is the G preterite, third masculine singular from kashadu, to reach. So it reached to the heart of Marduk. And notice in the next line here, line 32, that libi is a noun, genitive singular from libu, with Marduk. It's a noun in construct with Marduk, to the heart of Marduk, the name of the main god that we're seeing often throughout this text. So the Lord, who is like a real father to the people, for the word of Marduk, his Lord, he roused himself, and for the triumph of Marduk, above and below, it reached or it secured. Speaking of Marduk having secured, or Hammurabi having secured Marduk's favor with his laws and what he had written. And so notice it reached his heart, and what happened, his Lord, he made good. Notice the Akkadian is Belishu Utiv in line 33 and line 33. That is, it reached to the heart of Marduk, his Lord, and he made glad the flesh, and he made glad the heart of Marduk, his Lord. Let me render it that way. That is, Hammurabi did that by what he wrote, by his law. And notice Belishu, we have his Lord, he made glad. Belishu is the noun, as we said, singular, genitive singular from Belum, with a pronominal suffix, third masculine singular again, in the shu. And utiv is a D preterite, third masculine singular from tiabu. And tiabu means that he made glad. So his laws reached the heart of Marduk, his Lord, and he made his Lord glad. And as a result, the good flesh for the people forever he established. So Hammurabi is claiming here that by inscribing these laws with Marduk heart approving, All of this made glad prosperity for the people. And notice, U Shiram Tabam Ananishi Anadar Ishim. Notice as we look at line 34 that, and we read it, U Shiram Tabim Ananishi Anadar Ishim, reading that whole phrase there. U is the conjunction, and Shiram Tabam is good flesh, literally. And notice that noun is in the accusative with the ending, and the adjective tabam is also in the accusative. Both are agreeing with the accusative case here. So both the noun shuram and the adjective tabim, being in the accusative case, are then followed with ending, which, like I was saying, indicates the accusative case. And it's from tabu, meaning good, and sharum, meaning flesh. So if we're translating this, we could render it the good flesh, or the flesh good for the people forever he established. Now notice anadar means forever in line 36. And then it's followed by ishim. Ishim is a G preterite, third masculine singular, from the verb shi'amu, to establish. So Hammurabi here claims to have established good for the people forever, and in so doing made glad the heart of Marduk. I believe that's the flow of thought as I'm seeking to grasp it. And then in line 37, it goes on, Umatam ushtashir, and the land he held in order, literally. Notice umatam again. U is the conjunction followed by the accusative singular noun mat of matum. Notice the am ending identifies the accusative case. So in the land, he literally put in order. Ushteshir, he put in order, is from the verb asheru, and it's a sheen t perfect, third masculine singular. Notice the sheen and the t here. And so we're having a causative idea, a causative reflexive idea. So he put in order, is what Hammurabi's claiming. So the king claims to put the land in order by securing justice for the people. In my goal of trying to see biblical parallels, it seems to me that in Isaiah 11:4, we have the statement of the Mashiach, or the Messiah, in my understanding of that Isaianic text, who shofet b'tzedek dalim. He will judge with justice the poor. And as a Christian minister, I see that applied in the New Testament to Jesus Christ, who judges for the poor. He pleads for the poor, especially like in the Sermon on the Mount in the Gospel of Luke, blessed are the poor, and so forth. So then as we move on, and this is in line 39, it reads, Anatam likbima inamahar Marduk Baliya Sarpanitum Beltiya Ina Libishu Gabrim Likrubam. That is, in the presence of Marduk, my Lord, and Sarpanit, my lady, with his whole heart let him pray. And notice as we go to the grammar, lines 39 and 40. Anat tam likbima, let him speak. Notice anatam is the feminine demonstrative pronoun, meaning this. Let him speak this concerning my laws. And likbima is the G preterite, or excuse me, the G precative, third masculine singular, from the root kabu, to speak, with the conjunction at the end, ma. Notice the conjunction in Akkadian comes at the end, where in Hebrew it comes at the beginning, which is interesting. Vayomer, and God said. Here it's likbima, and let him speak. And notice the li here is indicative of a precative, and it's a G precative giving a command, and it's from the root kabu, to speak. So let him speak, and in the presence of Marduk and my lady. Notice ina mahar is literally before, means before. I think we could put the two together. Literally it means in the presence of Marduk, my lord. And so ina mahar means before. And then we have, again, the Sumerian, that little D, that little sign of a god, dinger. And we have the capital, Marutu, which is Sumerian for Marduk. So in the presence of Marduk, Beliya, my lord. Notice Beliya is the noun, meaning lord again, Belum, and Yah is the pronominal suffix, first person singular. So in the presence, let him speak, in the presence of Marduk, my lord, and Sarpanet, my lady. Notice again, we have the genitive with the I vowel, and Sarpanet is a goddess, and Beltiya means my lady, is the noun Beltu in construct in the genitive, again with Yah, and that is in the presence of the lady of me, or my lady, first pronominal suffix, first person singular. And then as we move on, with his whole heart, let him pray. Notice Ina Libishu would be with his heart. Ina is the preposition with. Libi is a genitive noun from libu, meaning heart. So in or with his heart, and again we have the pronominal suffix, third masculine singular, in the shoe. So with his heart, and now we have the adjective agreeing in the genitive case as well, with his whole heart. So gamrim is a genitive adjective meaning whole from gamru. So with his whole heart, let him pray. Likrubam. Notice likrubam is, again, we're seeing these G precatives, like commands throughout here. Let him pray. It's a third masculine singular from karabu. And notice with the ventive here ending. So let him come and let him pray in the presence of Marduk and the goddess. Let him pray, the goddess Sarpanitum. And one is to pray then on behalf of the deity for help in honoring the justice due to the petitioner. And my mind goes in the New Testament to James 5:4, where the oppressed cry unto the Lord, we're told, who hears and will vindicate their mistreatment. Same kind of an idea here, I believe. And so then as we move on into line verse 48, notice it reads, Shedum lamasum dinger dinger eribut esagila libiti esagila agire umisharum inamahar Marduk Beliya Tsarpanitum Beltia Ledamiku. Now notice as we try to break this down, he is to come and speak, the petitioner, before Marduk and Sarpanum. And again, notice line 41, in the presence of the Marduk. Again, we have, and my Lord and my Lady, we had talked about that. Let him come before the two of them with his heart. Inna, notice, is the preposition again that takes the genitive case in libi from the noun libu. Again, it's followed by the pronominal suffix, third masculine singular in the shoe. We're going to see that all the way through here with his heart and his whole heart. Let him pray. We talked about that. And then may the protecting spirit, Shedum Lamasum, the protecting spirit, the tutelary God, Shedum, and Lamasum, the protecting spirit. So in line 48, Shedum is a nominative singular noun meaning protected deity, and Lamasun is the feminine singular nominative meaning tutelary deity or a genius, I guess we could say. And let him come and pray, and may then the protecting spirit, the tutelary God, the gods who enter Esagila. Notice in the next phrase we have in line 49, dinger, dinger again. Here are two Sumerian words put together. It's showing plurality. So dinger, dinger, meaning God in Sumerian, and Elu is the Akkadian then that you would put it into. So the gods, and that U shows we're looking at a plural form, masculine plural. So the gods who enter, Eribut Esagila, who enter Esagila. Notice Eribut, the gods who enter, from Eribu, to enter. The gods who enter Esagila is a place name, a name of a place. And then we have an interesting, can I say, word here, Libiti Esagila, the brickwork of Esagila. What is interesting, the Sumerian S-I-G, capital S-I-G, followed by 4, is the Sumerian word for the Akkadian Libitu, meaning brickwork. And it's in construct with Esagila. And some want to translate this, who enter Esagila, and the god of brick making of Esagila, which really could be done here, I suppose. The god of brick making, or the god of brickwork in Esagila, again the place name. Utterances, daily utterances, again in the presence of Marduk and Sarpanitum. Notice as we continue, agire, utterances, actually is the accusative plural of agirum. Again, notice the oblique that E could be genitive or accusative plural. And here we have it in the accusative plural. So utterances daily, umisharam. Umisharam is an adverb meaning daily from umisham. So daily, actually it is umisham, excuse me, daily in the presence of Marduk. In a machar is in the presence again, and then we have it in the genitive followed by of Marduk, the Sumerian Dinger Amarutu, translated Marduk. In the presence of Marduk, my lord again. Beliya, here we have the genitive with ya, the pronominal suffix, first person singular, and in the presence of Sarpanitam, my lady, Beltiya. Notice Belti, again, the genitive singular, followed by ya, the pronominal suffix, first person singular. May he make, or excuse me, may they make good. If one comes before them with prayer, may they make good the petitioner's request. It is interesting, lidamiku is a G precative again. Notice the li, indicative of the precative, and it's a third person plural from damaku. May the god and goddess make good Hammurapi's law in carrying out the needed justice, is the thought of the text that Hammurapi is setting forth. I think I'm going to stop there because it's a good place to begin the next reading, lines 59 and 60. But I would just encourage anyone to start at the beginning, read through the epilogue. It's a nice, simple read. It's not it doesn't look really complicated, I don't think. You see a lot of repetition, a lot of shu, pronominal suffix ya, my. You see quite a few precatives and so forth. So I would just encourage reading through it. I would review the grammatical section, the brief grammatical discussion that we made in the first video. But then I would find a good deductive grammar book, and we shared some of those at the beginning, that I would work through. And that will help solidify in a systematic way some of the deductive grammar. And as we're reading a text inductively, it would be easy to follow along. So if you can go to the site, Google Books, you should be able to find my grammar on that, a short inductive Akkadian grammar based on the epilogue of Hammurapi's code. And I'm also trying to do it with biblical parallels to the Hebrew scriptures, and then with New Testament application to Christ. As a Christian minister, I have an interest in both the Hebrew scriptures and the New Testament, a deep interest in both. So this is enjoyable to me. I hope it's helpful. It's bringing back what I did many years ago in study. I'm not claiming to be an Akkadiologist, but I enjoy working in languages. My main field, as I had said before, was teaching Old Testament and Hebrew scriptures, Hebrew grammar, and so forth. So I thank you for listening, and we'll pick up next time, and we'll just keep working through some more of Hammurapi's code and reviewing grammar. I did one short grammar, if anyone would be interested, on Enuma Elish, and we did the first 8 lines of Enuma Elish, comparing it with the Hebrew of Genesis, Bereshit, chapter 1. So again, thank you, and I'm hoping that this might be of some help. Thank you.